What's going on, everybody? It's your boy Paperback Dan, and I'm back to do the second part of my Black Friday haul because I got all the stuff in the mail already. I legitimately was not expecting to shoot this video this fast, but I'm not complaining. Um, so, I ordered stuff from Cheap Graphic Novels and Midtown Comics, and both of them arrived within the last 2 days, which is pretty awesome. It's like the fastest I've ever gotten stuff from either of them, and the fact that it was part of a Black Friday sale is crazy to me, but not a complaint. So first things first, one of the things I'm probably the most excited about is Angelic by Simon Spurrier and Caspar Wingard. And I read the first issue of this and I really enjoyed it. I am a sucker for Caspar Wingard's art. It's probably the biggest reason that I bought this, even though Simon Spurrier, is no slouch himself. But it's got monkeys with wings and robot dolphins and this cool little cat. I enjoyed the first issue, and I'm happy to have this book, even though I'm not crazy about the trim size, because I'm really anal about, like, the stuff that I have. Like, as you can see, everything's kind of uniform, and that's what I like about that, but I'm starting to get enough of these smaller trim size books that I'll probably be able to make a shelf for it. So yeah, up next we have Superb. It's another Catalyst Prime book. I know that I bought some when I went to Baltimore Comic-Con. I'm pretty sure this universe is dead, but I've been curious about it for so long that I felt obligated to get more of it because the price was right. This is volume 1, and like I said, I really don't know if this universe went anywhere, but I still want to check it out. They say curiosity killed the cat, and it's also killing my wallet, but whatever. Up next is We Only Find Them When They're Dead, volume 3. I already have the first two, so I'm excited to get back to being caught up with this. Up next is Cover of Darkness by Source Point Press. I got a few of these Source Point Press books, which I'm kind of excited about because I have a few and I've liked what I've read so far of them, and I just like having a little more variety in my collection. But this one, it's got like Frankenstein's monster and a mummy. There's a werewolf on the cover too, so it's got those like classic horror creatures, which is something I've always kind of been interested in. Up next is volume 1 and 2 of Ogre. Well, I guess this one's Ogres, but anyway, from Bob Saley. And I also am a big fan of Sean Daly's work, so that's the biggest reason that I got this, is just because I like the two creators. Volume 1 and 2, it's like 7 issues total, I believe. I haven't gotten to read that yet. I put off buying it in the past. It's part of the sale, so I couldn't help myself. And up next is Shelter Division, which is another Bob Saley book, and I like what I've read from him, but he also was like super cool with me on Twitter. Like, he sent me books of his for free just because like I was asking where I could find it. So he just hooked me up, which is something that I'll always appreciate, so I'll try to support him when I can. This one's got like those like conspiracy theory books. Like, you've got like a Sasquatch looking thing there who's like one of the main characters. This guy's a cyborg, and there's a Scientology like say newsletter thing saying they're like lizard people. So kind of intrigued by that. I like the art. Up next is Unborn from Source Point Press, which I've actually read this one. I like it. It's not for everyone probably, but it's like a Power Rangers meets Alien type book. But it's dark, and I think there was like hints at a sequel, and we're probably never going to get it. I don't even know if Frank Ogle's still writing anything. But whatever. Another thing I'm really excited for is Warcorns by Garrett Gunn. He is responsible for Good Boy, which is probably one of my favorite books in recent years, and this looks just as absurd and fun. Love the colors, love the crazy looking unicorns, and just the absurdity of all of it. So I had to get it. Up next is Extremity. This is volume 2. This is the only one they had as part of their sale, so I'll have to track down the other volumes. But with my recent Daniel Warren Johnson fascination, I figured I had to finally buy this book and try to start that series. Up next is Homesick Pilots. This is just volume 1. More Caspar Wingard stuff, which was probably the biggest selling point for me. I also spent a long time not knowing what this book was actually about, and once I finally realized it, I felt kind of silly for not picking it up sooner. Very excited to start this, and that wraps up the first portion. That was the Midtown Comics one. Up next is cheap graphic novels. First thing is Justice League Dark Side War. This is volume 8 of the Jeff Johns Justice League run. It's the only volume that I don't have, so this finally completes my set, which I'm very happy to have. It's the first DC book I've bought in probably 2 years, maybe a year and a half, but I'm happy to finally have that. This is Kaya Volume 2. I picked up Volume 3 in my last video, so now I have the whole set of trades up to this point. Pretty excited about that. From Dark Horse, we have Monsterborn. I don't know what this book is about. Was a cover by. I don't know this creative team very well. I literally bought it just because the cover looked cool and it was dirt cheap. So, up next is All Nighter Volume 2 by Chip Zdarsky. This is one of those Comixology original books that Dark Horse has been printing. And it's about vampires, and it's Chip Zdarsky. So, like I said, I already have Volume 1. It's an easy buy. Up next is All Eight Eyes. The guy at my local comic shop actually recommended this book to me back when it was releasing in singles, so I bought the first one and then never got around to getting the rest of them. It slipped my mind. So I bought the trade. And then we have Dutch from Image Comics. I thought I already had this one. Thankfully, this is not something that I purchased twice. But this is like a 90s style superhero book, but in modern storytelling. And this spawned a sequel series, which I've been pulling, but I haven't read yet because I didn't get to this one. So I'm very excited to finally have it. Up next is Barbaric Volume 4. I think I'm missing Volume 3, but I've heard really good things about this series, and I've been trying to get the trades as they come out, but they kind of go pretty quickly. I don't know why. So this one was one that I missed, along with Volume 3. Happy to have this one. And then we've got Antioch. I don't know how you should pronounce this. But this is part of the, I don't even know if you can call it that, but it shares the same universe as Frontiersman, which I personally have a storied history with. But I did end up enjoying it. It's by the same creative team, so I'm very curious to see where this goes. I don't know if it's supposed to take place before or after Frontiersman, but I'm excited to check it out either way. Up next is Power Rangers and the Turtles, the second volume. I already had this book and I didn't realize it, so I might try to give this one away. But I mean, it's Ryan Parrott wrote this one along with the first one. Dan Mora did the art, and I mean, buying it for the Dan Mora art alone is worth it. But yeah, Power Rangers, Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles, I love all that stuff, and I don't know what I'm going to do with that because I already bought it, but whatever. Up next is the Fatale Compendium. I don't know how this one slipped past my radar. Like I knew it was coming out, and it just showed up in my shop one day, and I didn't realize that it was already out. So I don't know what happened here, but now I have it. I'm excited because I haven't really read too much of the Brubaker Phillips stuff yet, and I'm a sucker for a thick trade like this. So yeah, I'm very excited to read this. And the last thing is the Darkness, the complete version, Volume 3. I don't know if you can see, I've got Volume 1 and 2 right there already. So I'm happy to finally have the third one. I didn't realize that this one had come out. But I'm just excited. I don't really know how to put it into words. I never really read the books. I played the games and I enjoyed them, which got me to read the book or buy the books. I bought the compendium of it ages ago, but I never bothered to read it because it felt cumbersome, and I heard that the compendium just fell apart when you read it. So I ended up selling that one when I found out that these editions were coming out. And these are, honestly, these are way cooler. The covers are better. And it's just a nicer size. It's not, 60 issues crammed into one book. That about wraps it up for me. So Follow me on social media if you care to. Let me know if you got any cool stuff for Black Friday, and let me know if anything that I bought was really good or not, because most of it is new material for me. Um, and that's it. Yeah, I'll see you guys later.